Dave, you've been running businesses for a long time now. I myself have been CEO or MD of businesses for last 20 years or so. It's a very lonely place. How have you dealt with that sort of dynamic?
I think that's a great question. It can be very lonely and very stressful, and I think it's important that if you're going to be as successful as you have been, you'll know this. You've got to be comfortable with that loneliness, that stressfulness at times. You've got to have the right biology to handle it. Quite frankly, some people do, some people don't on that front. But there is no going away from it. If you run a business, then at times you'll have to make very difficult decisions about the people that you work for you. And those decisions always get more difficult if they're for your friends. So in a way, the loneliness comes with the job, because you have to be able to have friendships at a certain level, but be prepared to have to make decisions when you have to make them on that point, unencumbered from that point. Your shareholders and your board typically, I've said this to many people, are not your friends. They're there to do a different job, and people often fall foul by thinking they're friends. They're there to do a specific job, and that's what they do. So it is a very isolated, lonely role. I think my recommendation is, number one, you've got to be prepared that is the case. Don't worry about not being loved from that point of view. And I always joke with people that, if I don't get cards on a mantelpiece at Christmas, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I do actually get on with people, and I think they do like me here. But you've got to be. There are times where they won't, because you're making business decisions that people don't understand or they don't like. So you've got to accept you're going to go through these cycles of being loved and hated, and you're going to have things written about you from people who don't really understand things, but will still have a position to write. So if you're in the public markets, the analysts will write things about you personally and business-wise that could well be incorrect, and the press might. But you just got to accept it. It comes with the job. So how do you deal with it? I think, to be honest, have a good life outside of work. Have space that is yours. Don't make work 7 days a week, 24 days a year. Money's not worth it. Every day counts. You only have so many days on this planet, and money's important, but you've also got to look after your health, be that physical or mental. So make sure weekends or whenever you can, you got that time for you to re-energize those batteries, whether that's a sport, hobby, or whatever. And I think just to be able to deal with the volatility that goes with running a business in today's world, be careful what you eat, make sure you keep fit. That really does make a difference. If you're not feeling good, then you're probably going to struggle in the job. So yeah, it's just accept it is isolated. Enjoy the times when people are celebrating your success, because there'll be times where you're making a hard decision that people will hate you. And just look after yourself, look after your body, look after your mind on it.